This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The 15th IAAF World Track and Field Championships, all history now. Going into the men's 4x4 relay, track and field enthusiasts here at home and abroad had the Bahamas penciled in for a medal, but our team didn't even make it through to the final after they were disqualified in the heats due to a lane infraction by Michael Matthew. We took to the streets to get some reaction to this misfortune from Team Bahamas.
It's really disappointing because, we look forward to something like that, to see our boys on the track and run and hopefully bring home a medal. But it didn't happen, so we just have to live with that one.
The guys run pretty good, but several mental mistakes, which, I wouldn't put on the coach or anybody, but it could have been better than we did.
That was a very tough break for the Bahamas. I know those things happen. I watch it happen to bigger countries in the world, and it was unfortunate it happened to us, and I hope when we get back home, we work on that for the Olympic game next year.
The Bahamian flag on full display over the weekend in Romania. Pro boxer Sherman the Tank Williams stepping in the ring for a 10-round heavyweight bout against hometown favorite Christian the Hammer Chokin. Tank got some good shots in along the way, but he still came out on the losing end of the unanimous decision. Two judges had the fight 98-92, while the other judge scored it 190, all in favor of the Hammer. With the loss, Tank now has a record of 37 wins, 15 losses, and 2 draws. The 43rd Central American and Caribbean Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships will take place September 24th through the 27th right here at home at the Atlantis Resort. And as Kelsey Johnson tells us, Team Bahamas is expected to make some noise.
It won't be a walk in the park for Team Bahamas. In fact, they will have to flex their lean, fine-tuned bodies a little harder if they want to keep the championship title in the Bahamas.
We have several different countries that we're always up against, Jamaica and Trinidad and Barbados off the top. And then, you have the South American strengths that are coming up, especially Puerto Rico. Coming up, they normally have a very strong team, as well as Venezuela. So we're known throughout the region, and everybody's coming looking for us.
Former CAC standout and professional fitness coach Natasha Brown is singing the praises of this year's team. She believes that Team Bahamas can capture the title as well as the pro cards that are up for grabs.
I am very excited that we are the host country. I think we have the most talented set of athletes I think bodybuilding and fitness has ever seen. And under the leadership now with Joel Stubbs, of course, one of our pro who has the biggest back in the business, I think his team has done a dynamic job thus far, and nothing but the best can come out of these athletes. I think they are preparing well. If you were at Nationals, you would have seen some of the most outstanding performances from Jimmy. We've got Dawn in the fitness. We've got Amy in bikini. So we've got some of the top. They look very amazing. They just need to stay focused and continue to train hard and bring the gold home for us.
The athletes continue to work out at the various gyms across the islands. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. Well, a few weeks back, we heard from 3 of the greatest softball players ever to wear the Bahamas across their chest. They, of course, being Richard the Lionheart Johnson, Douglas Dougie Smith, and Fred Papa Smith. Tonight, Julian Gibson speaks with another one of the sport's most visible figures.
For Eddie Ford, the culture back then was different for those wishing to make a man's national softball team. It was all about sweat, blood, and tears.
We took it seriously. We practiced. When practice we caught, we had about 30, 35, sometimes up to 40 people who wasn't even selected, came out just for trial. I remember one day, the manager, Leon, God bless the dead, Pachi notes he came late. So we asked him, where you just come from? He said he had something to do. I said, well, our manager here, and our manager here, we don't need you because you late. And that's the kind of relationship we had with one another.
And we might have had pitching back then, but we also had Eddie Ford, who swung a big bat.
I won a home run crown, win batting titles, RBI titles, and I was also instrumental in 1977 in Mexico, the first tournament the Bahamas ever won the championship, we played against Panamados, right? I was batting average, Dougie Smith winning home run RBIs, and I was named the most valuable player of that tournament.
And his opinion is different from many. He says that Richard the Lionheart Johnson was not the best pitcher at that time.
For consistency, I would give it to Glenn the Master Griffith. When you want stability and smart pitcher, you have to go with Glenn Griffith.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks a lot, Julian, and that will do it for sports. Stay tuned, the Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.